This is for you, darling.
Hi guys, how are you feeling? Good? Yes.
What did you eat for breakfast?
Actually, nothing. The secret is to just starve yourself. Just kidding, don't starve yourself. I tried to have some yogurt, but I had some aggressive cardio in the morning, and then I felt like puking. So don't do aggressive cardio if you're not a cardio person. Yeah.
That is amazing. Sinan, honey, is the camera recording? Yes, we are recording. You gotta be safe, y'all. Y'all gotta be safe.
Yeah.
Now, please tell us, what is a poison cake?
Ooh, a poison cake is a baddie, you know? Poison cake is somebody who really wants to stand up for themselves. It's about the underdog who's rising up from the shadows when you least expect it, which really works well with the situation that I have going on. But apart from that, it's really about anyone who ever felt marginalized. And it's like, karma will do you, karma will get you, honey. Like, yes, I am preparing my poison cake, but it's not that literal. It's like the universe will do its thing, and it will, you know, create a balance. And you kind of, you know, we're like not really supposed to express these emotions publicly and to say, okay, I feel frustrated, I feel angry, I feel like I've been done dirty. But we're saying it loudly in this song. So yeah, it's really about, you know, being a baddie.
And when you were writing this, were you thinking of a specific group of people or someone in your personal life?
Well, I was actually always thinking of, you know, all of these beautiful conservatives who are just not really happy to see queer people shine. And it was like, yes, I'm gonna feed them my poison cake and they will have to deal with it. Because I know that like in most European countries, we've, you know, progressed so far when it comes to queer rights. In Croatia, that's still not the case. So I'm feeding all of them poison cake. Yeah. Thank you.
And a lot of people will know this, but you recently came out publicly in Croatia. Could you tell us what the reaction was in the media, with the public?
Well, I got a lot of priests calling for my boycott. That was fun, honestly. Because when I was a kid, I was always listening to a lot of Lady Gaga. And then, and then my family was like, she's a Satanist, you cannot be listening to her. And now I was like, and then in my mind, I was like, one day, when they accuse me of Satanism, I'm gonna know that I'm doing the right thing. So I don't think that they were not very happy, you know. It was just a lot of homophobia and a lot of like accusations of me being a Satanist, because the song is dark and it's about poisoning someone. So even politicians, you know, were really like trying to bring me down. So, but I'm here, yeah. Yes.
Of course, you did win the national selection, so there was love for you in Croatia. Could we talk about that? What role has Dora played in your career?
Ooh, well, definitely the first step in my career was Dora. Like, I mean, not the first one, but the first one in Croatia and for the Eurovision community. It was in 2002 with a beautiful song, Molizanas. Yes. I love that song, honestly. I love the emotional Balkan ballads. Like, I think they're very, very powerful. But I wanted to do something different because I'm not a one-trick pony, honey. Yeah. I love to express my internal world, and my internal world is really chaotic. It's not very simple. It's not simplified, and this is a risky entry. I'm not playing it safe with this, and I'm very much aware of that because it's not a song that clicks with people in an instant, but I had to change it. I wanted to go in a different direction, not because I'm not gonna go back to ballads or because I'm gonna stick with this only, but because my persona is just all of these things. So I wanna show all parts of myself.
We accept. Show all parts of yourself, honey. Now, on stage, there's a real hunger in your eyes and anger. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking when you're up there?
Like, I have so many people in mind when I'm on stage, and I'm singing directly to them. And I think that that's what people should relate with, because all of us have certain people in our lives that deserve to get, you know, a bite of a poison cake. So when you're up there, it really feels powerful because you're like, you're gonna watch me, you're gonna see me slay, and you're not gonna be able to help yourself. Like, you know it's a slay. So yeah, it's basically, it gives me a lot of power because the song was made to make me feel, you know, like powerful and like I have control over my own narrative. And that's what really brings me this feeling of, you know.
And a lot of people have said your costume reminds them of Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Well, yes. Yeah, it's like the bastard child who actually is royalty. So that's how I feel in Croatia, you know? Like the bastard child who's actually royalty. So, and you know, like it's King's Landing is actually in Dubrovnik. So I gotta bring some Game of Thrones to that stage. I think Justina and me are giving some Mother of Dragons realness and some Night Watch realness, Targaryen baddies. I like it, yeah.
So winter is coming, and what about your dancers? What do they represent?
They are my puppets. Like you had Laura Thorne before, you know? So they are my dolls that I control. I'm like this villain master, and they are moving only when I allow them to move. So, you know, the things that they do on stage are very much influenced by my villain origin, you know. Yeah.
So naughty. Just everything I feel like has an undertone of something poisonous. The outfits on the dancers, there's white lace up the leg. What sort of vision, what sort of image are you going for?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to my outfit, we wanted to do something that also represents Croatian culture a bit, because the designer was inspired by this tradition called zvončari. So we have men who dress up in sheepskin, and they wear big bells to chase away the bad spirits. So I'm wearing the same kind of fur. It's not an actual sheep, but an imitation of a sheep, so I don't get cancelled. But yeah, that's the Croatian tradition about chasing away the bad spirits. So that's also what Poison Cake is about. It's not really about, you know, being super dark. It's also about the liberation that comes with it, you know, at the end. So the end is like a, you know, like a war cry for liberation, basically.
Now, we've only seen 25, 30 seconds on the EBU Eurovision Instagram. What surprises are in store? Can you tease anything to come?
Well, you will have to watch it on Tuesday. Come on, come on. No, but yeah, the beginning is it's very cool. I'm just gonna say that the beginning really like drags you in, like it gets your attention and you want to see how it develops. So I'm sure that it's not going to be a toilet break. I'm sure, yeah.
And on screen we see sort of glitches, there's like
the Poland effects.
Shout out to Achman.
Shout out to Poland, yes. The thing is, yeah, I saw a lot of people being like, Poland effects, but it worked for Poland both times that they used the effects. It worked for them, but also they did use it on a ballad one year. But this is not a ballad, so the glitches make sense on the full screen when you're viewing them. You know, seeing it on an Instagram Reels doesn't do its justice. Just saying that because the shot is much wider, and then the glitches make sense when you see it on the actual screen. But I think it goes very well with the message of the song and with the energy and with the atmosphere, because it is a bit glitchy, over the top. Everything is happening at the same time, and it's like chaotic. It's a beautiful mess, and I love my glitches. Yeah.
And your dancers, they dance hard. All of you are really moving. Yeah. Have there been any incidents where you trip over each other?
There was an incident during our winning performance on Dora. So our dancer Ina is not with us because she broke her knee. So yeah, we have another dancer now, Tatiana. She looks a lot like Ina, so nobody even noticed that it's not her. But she's with us in spirit and in our hearts, and you know, she has to take care of her knee because she wants to have a long dancing career. And she's 19, so this was supposed to be a very big moment for her. and we're very sad that she's not with us. But yeah, a lot of things happen in rehearsals, and it's better to have, you know, somebody with a healthy knee, so we don't trip on the stage again or something, and then we end somebody's career. So even though I really wanted her to go, we had to make some adjustments regarding that.
She's taking care of herself. How are you taking care of yourself?
Immense amounts of therapy, to be completely honest, and the right medication. I'm just being too real, to be honest. But other than that, I always try to, you know, put the energy back into my body, like be aware of where I am, of who I am. I also love saunas, so I go to saunas, yeah. But before the performance, I'm always like, you're born to do this. Go out there and kill it. So my first rehearsal really wasn't stressful for me. I just came out there and I was like, you wanted this your whole entire life. Now is your moment. You will shine, you will make it work. And I ate that stage up. I really did, because I felt the energy that was like coming out from me, and I felt that the people in the arena at the time were really like getting it, you know. Because if you really push so hard to give something out, it cannot be not received.
And you're coming after Croatia's best result at Eurovision in a very long time. Second place, Baby Lasagna. What's that like?
It's so cool. Yeah. Beautiful. No, like, obviously there's pressure from people, but I'm just choosing not to feel any pressure. Like, I'm like, why would I compare myself with anyone, you know? It's not comparable. I just think that we are two completely different artists, two completely different personas, two completely different songs. We share the same name though. It's both Markos, so that means something. But rather than that, I'm really like proud of his success, happy about what he did for Croatia and for our country. We're all super, super happy watching it last year. Maybe a bit sad because it's not in Zagreb right now. But yeah, people are trying to put that pressure on me, but I'm not allowing them, because I think comparison is the death of joy. So like, don't compare yourself to anyone, just have your own path and be happy with what you are, because why would I care? That's so last year. That's so last year.
Very well said. Now, I want to open this up to questions from the floor, so raise your hand. Get a touch with greatness here. Simon is coming to this lovely person on the front row.
Hi, Marko. Hi. I'm Luca. I don't know.
You have the same name as my mom, by the way.
I live in Hamburg, but I'm from all over. I wanted to ask, did the song always have the two separate parts? Because that's always a risk to have two different styles of song in a song. Or did that come about later, the sweeter part? How did the song develop?
Yeah, the song developed basically by Philip and me. Philip is my Croatian producer, so we got a demo that was much calmer than this, but then we were like, no, let's spice it up, let's make it over the top, let's make it crazy, let's make these changes, because it basically represents my mood swings. Like, I really can transform from this person to this person in a span of 5 minutes, even less. So I'm glad that we took that, and it didn't have this shape always. So, but I'm happy with the shape it has, yeah.
There's a super fan on the second row in the blue, hand up, red corsage.
Hi. I'm Lina. I'm from Moldova, and I wanted to ask, what's your favorite cake flavor?
Ooh, yes. I love Zagrebačka kremšnita. So that's, yes, somebody knows. But also a cake called trileče is a beautiful cake. Yeah. So I'm going to be eating a lot of cake after this whole chaos comes to an end.
Striped top.
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm from Serbia.
DC, legenda.
I also grew up watching Lady Gaga, listening to Lady Gaga when I was little, and my family also called me a Satanist.
Yes. It's very Balkanic to experience that. Yeah.
What's your favorite Lady Gaga song?
Ooh, Scheisse. Scheisse, definitely. I just love Scheisse, and I can't speak German, but I can if you like. Ow!
We have a Croatian flag over here.
Yay!
So.
Hi.
Hi, Marko.
Hi.
First of all, I'd like to say I absolutely love your song.
Oh, thank you.
And I'd like to say I'm so sorry for what you've gone through coming out. I just want you to know that you've got a whole community here who love, adore you, and accept you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
My question is, obviously the title of the song is Poison Cake. If you had to take out any of your competition this year, who would you be serving that poison cake to?
You don't have to answer.
I don't have to answer it, but I will. I think we all know what my answer would be, but I'm not gonna answer it. But I think everyone should get a slice, you know? I don't wanna make anyone feel ostracized. So I'm gonna go on Monday to get some laxatives in a pharmacy and make some cake. That's it.
There's a gentleman
I'm kidding,
with a
by the way.
mustache.
Yeah.
Pozdrav, Marko.
Pozdrav.
I'm Florian from Germany and journalist with Youth Journalism International. I have a kind of a serious question. We heard that the EBU wants to ban queer flags, pride flags in the events. And my question as a queer person, I'm obviously concerned with that. And what do you think about that? Do you think that the EBU is going way too harsh on that, or what can you say?
Well, honestly, the first year that I go to Eurovision and I come out and everything, and then they ban pride flags. Beautiful. No, but what I really feel about that is that Eurovision wouldn't be a thing if it weren't for queer people. So it just, yeah. It really just feels, it feels weird. To me, it feels weird and unfair because, I don't know, like, this is literally a queer event. I mean, I don't know if everyone is gonna agree with that, but Eurovision is being, you know, kept alive because of queer people, and then taking that away from us and the artists, I really don't understand the decision, but we have to respect it.
There's a young woman, or girl, third row, blonde hair, hand up.
Yes, let me...
You have fans of all ages.
Run around here.
I love you. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm from Denmark and Switzerland. And my question is, what's your favorite cake topping?
Cake topping. Ooh, I love caramel. Just caramel is amazing. It's almost as sweet as you.
And I think we have time for one more question. Anyone? Gentleman in the blue, third row. Sorry, Simon, you're having to run back and forth.
My step count these days? Maybe I have a kind of patriotic question.
Oh, yes.
How did it feel for you to watch Eurovision last year and to see Croatia being so keen and to lose in the last moment?
It felt very sad for all of us, but also it's the best result we've ever gotten. So we were, you know, kind of sad for a few moments, but then went on to celebrate, all of us, because I was watching it in the public on a square, and then also we waited for Baby Lasagna when he was coming back to Zagreb as a real winner. So we really like celebrated, and Croatian people are very patriotic and very proud. So once he came back to Zagreb, I really think he got the winner treatment. The main square was filled with people. So yeah, in our eyes and in our hearts, it was a victory. Yeah.
Now, final question for you, Marko. When you leave the stage, what do you want the world to remember about you and Croatia?
Ooh, I want them to remember me as someone who was willing to take risks, as someone who was willing to give a very dramatic theatrical performance, and as someone who's never, ever again gonna be pushed back to the margins of society. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Marko Bošnjak.
Thank you so much, guys.